Hey, what's going on, guys? CNC Cards here, back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about sports card investing resources. I'm sure we've all had, those times where it's hard to track the value of a card with the crazy fluctuations. It's hard to monitor everything going on at the same time with the crazy spikes, the drops, and it can be really challenging to know, the real value of the card at that specific time. So in this video, I'm going to be going over a couple of, an app, a website, just things that I use to track the value of my cards and tracking the fluctuations in the sports card market. As we all know, it can be very difficult. So without further ado, let's get into it. You guys ever have a video idea or something you want to see me make a video on, or if you need advice on something, just drop a comment below, let me know, and I'll definitely be making those kind of videos for you guys. So I always appreciate the interaction. So the first thing I'll say is that I use to track some cards, and it's a free app. It's the, I'm not sure if any of you guys are aware of Sports Card Investor. Definitely, a very great platform there for the sports card investing world. I definitely appreciate those guys over there. They have helped me a lot in my journey in sports card investing myself. And they have the Sports Card Investor app. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it's called too, Sports Card Investor app. It's a cross-platform app, so I'm pretty sure you can get it on all services. But that app is free, and what it does is you go on and you can track, the value of the top, however so many hottest sports cards right now. So that's a good way if you're trying to flip something. You can just quick go through and be like, oh, who's hot this week, or who's hot today, and it'll show you right there, and it shows you the percent increase or percent decrease over the X amount of days. So you can really track it. You click on it, you can see some charts, and it's just a huge way to monitor the way cards are fluctuating, because that's the hardest thing is to figure out the trend lines, because the trend lines can be so all over the place like a roller coaster. So having an app like that where you can pull the charts up is super helpful, and you can search by player and find charts that way, and it's just a great app to have, and especially because it's free. So in the description below, I'm going to put the links and the names for all the stuff I'm talking about, just so you guys can get to it easier. So yeah, definitely check the description box for the link to the app and everything else. So next I'll be talking about marketmovers.com. Now again, this is going to be in the description below, and that's the website for the sports card investor, as I was talking about earlier. And they have the marketmovers.com, and they have a light version, which I believe it's still $25 a month. I was using it, but then I started just basing a lot of my fluctuations and trend lines off of eBay comps, and just checking recent sales. And I know that's definitely not the easiest or best way to do it, but I didn't really feel like paying the money, to be honest with you. I'll be straight up. But I mean, if you think about it though, $25 a month, it's not too bad, especially if you want to track cards and you're very serious about it. I'm definitely serious, but I just didn't feel like spending that money. I'd rather put that money towards cards than $25 a month toward for the subscription. But it's definitely great because you can have your whole collection there. I know the regular version is more expensive where you can put your full collection, but what I would do is when I had the light version, I would just save my cards, and then you could just click on it, put the year, what set it is, what player, what fighter, so have you. And then it would come up with all the trends. You could track it all the way back from last year. You can narrow it down to a month, and it shows all the sales and all the lines of everything. And it shows you the steady increase, steady decrease. So if that's something you'd be interested in, I definitely would recommend that. It's such a great resource to have, especially if you're having trouble using the whole eBay comps thing, because it can be confusing and difficult, especially if you're starting out. So using the whole Market Movers subscription service can definitely be beneficial, because it puts everything that you need to see right in front of your face, and it just takes away all the hassle of digging in and researching. So yeah, that's why I think the Market Movers subscription could be great for a lot of people that are investing in cards. And like I was saying before, you can also use eBay comps. You go into eBay and you go to completed sales and sold items, and you can track it that way. But sometimes it's a little hard to filter it out, and you got to do a lot more digging just to get to the information you need. But I found that if you just spend a little extra time, you can do it that way, and that's what I've been doing. But as I said, it is a little bit more time consuming and more difficult. But I just want to throw that out there, that it is an option, a free option, just to go through the eBay comps. But just want to throw that out there. And another thing to track, another way to track cards is through the population reports. Now this really only is in effect for rating services like PSA, Beckett, all that stuff. Like PSA, you can go on their website, and then say you're trying to flip a PSA graded card or something like that. You can go on and search what card it is. If it's the base card, if it's a parallel numbered out of 99 or something, you can search that, and it'll show you all the graded cards that got that. If there's 100 cards out there that got a 10, or maybe there's 15 that got a 10 and 50 that got a 9 or 9.5. You know what I mean? So you can just go in that way and check all the population reports. So if you have like a crazy short print card and it's rated a 10, that might be a pop report 101, or just, you know, there's only one of them out there that got graded a 10. So that's another way you can track cards, is checking out the population reports. And finally, I just wanted to briefly talk about how to determine the value of super rare cards. It's very hard. Like if you have a card out of 5, or like a crazy card from a crazy expensive set, and there's just not a lot of them out there, it's very hard to know the true value of the card. So just for me personally, what I would recommend is just going in and filtering it by, like, you might not find the exact same set, but say like we're talking UFC, Khabib auto out of 5, just for example. You could look up, you know, say it's from a museum, you could look up Khabib auto out of 5 from a different set. And although, you know, the sets are different, they have different values, you know, some are more expensive than others, I would try to find a set that's of the, you know, relatively the same value, and see if you can find another card over there that's numbered to close to the same. You know, it's really kind of just spitballing when it gets to like super short print, super rare cards. Unfortunately, it's really hard to track. That's a nice thing about graded cards, is you can always check the population report, but if it's raw, it can make it very difficult. But that's what I would recommend, is just try to look up other cards in different sets that are, you know, similar to what you have personally, and just kind of base it off of that. And another thing too, if you're looking to sell and you're not sure how much to sell it for, I usually don't like to do auctions on my eBay store, but if it's a card I really don't know the true value of, I'll put it up for auction, but set a reserve. And that's like, a reserve is the absolute least you would take for it. So if the auction doesn't meet your reserve price, the card won't sell. But what that allows you to do is, if you set a reserve, say a reserve of $200, you know, if it goes to $200, it could just keep going and going and going and going and going. And at that point, it would just sell for what, you know, what it goes for. But that's just a good way to make a lot of money and capitalize on the value of like a short print or a rare card. It's just something that I had done before in the past and just want to share with you guys. Yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful on sports card investing resources. If you have any questions, just drop a comment below and I'll do the best I can to answer your question. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving us over the past few months especially. So just stay tuned for more videos. I got a lot of stuff coming out soon, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.